you engage in negative self-talk, you are feeling those emotions, right? You tell yourself, oh, I'm not good enough, and you feel sad. You tell yourself, oh, I'm not beautiful, and you feel ugly. You always feel the emotions that is attached to all of the negative self-talks. And that is why they feel so powerful. If you're finding it difficult showing love and care to yourself when you are self-sabotaging, just pretend that you're someone else and pretend that you're giving that person the love, the care, the affection that they need. Hello, my name is Juliet Israel and you're welcome to my YouTube channel. In this channel, I share tips on all things mindset and mental health. If you would like to learn and understand how to maximize the full potential of your mind and live your best life, then subscribe to this YouTube channel and turn on the notification bell so you do not miss out on another episode when it drops. Today I'm going to be talking about how to stop self-sabotaging. In the last video, I talked about 7 signs that you may be self-sabotaging. So if you're asking yourself, how do I know that I'm self-sabotaging? What are the things that I may be doing that are self-sabotaging acts? Then you need to see that video. I'm going to leave the link to the video in the description box so you get to see it. Today, I'm going to be doing a follow-up on that video, and it is how to stop self-sabotaging. So you already know that you're exhibiting some self-sabotaging tendencies or acts. How do you then stop these acts? How do you break free from self-sabotaging? Alright, but first of all, just in case you're wondering, what exactly is self-sabotaging? So the last time I said sabotage means to deliberately destroy or to deliberately destruct. But when it comes to yourself, self-sabotaging means to deliberately destroy your own self. And so you may be like, oh, but I'm not deliberately trying to ruin my life or deliberately trying to destroy myself. But if you may be doing, there are some things that you may be doing consciously or unconsciously, some acts so that you may be exhibiting, some behaviors that you may be exhibiting, or some thoughts that you may be thinking, or some words that you may be saying to yourself that are actually self-sabotaging tendencies. And in the last video, I talked about all of these signs. So today, I'm just going to talk about how to stop them. If you find out that you're exhibiting these traits, if you find out that you're exhibiting all of these signs or some of these signs, then how do you stop yourself from doing that? Number 1, be aware of your sabotaging tendencies. Yes. So the first step to healing, or the first step to breakthrough, is being aware. You cannot fight a devil or a demon that you are not aware of, right? So the first step to defeating this battle is to be aware of your self-sabotaging tendencies. And if you watch the previous video, like I already mentioned, I talked about the signs. So if you find out that, oh, this sign, I'm exhibiting some of these signs, then you are already aware. You've come to the awareness of the fact that you may be constantly self-sabotaging yourself. Know that this is what you're doing. As you catch yourself exhibiting some of these signs, you tell yourself, oh, okay, this is it. I am self-sabotaging right now. I'm sabotaging myself right now, So, you come to the awareness of the fact that you are actually doing this. So number 2 is to practice self-love and self-care. One of the signs of self-sabotaging is that sometimes we may deliberately hurt ourselves, or we deliberately, especially when it comes to negative self-talk, we deliberately talk ourselves down. We deliberately say hurtful things or hateful things to ourselves about ourselves, right? Or we maybe compare ourselves with other people, right? So you need to start practicing self-care and self-love. So whenever you find yourself doing that, be kind to yourself. Show yourself some love. You know how just pretend that you are someone else and you're giving someone else an advice, and say all of the nice things that you're going to say to that person if you find them in engaging or indulging in self-sabotaging acts. Because we tend to have the right things, we tend to almost always have the right things to say to someone else and not to ourselves. We would, sabotage ourselves, but would show love to someone else. So pretend that you're someone else. And if you're finding it difficult showing love and care to yourself when you are self-sabotaging, just pretend that you're someone else and pretend that you're giving that person the love, the care, the affection that they need in that phase, in that moment, in that phase that they are. So pretend that you're someone else and show yourself all of the love and care that you deserve. Practice self-love and self-care. And number 3 is to create goals or mini to-do lists to help you with projects that you want to achieve, right? So if you have goals, one of the tendencies or one of the signs of self-sabotaging is that you tend to procrastinate, and you procrastinate by doing the things that do not matter first. So you do those things that do not matter first, and then skip the most important thing and put it at the last. And maybe you're supposed to write a book and you're busy watching Netflix, watching movies and playing games and all of that when you have something more important to do. So what do? Create goals and mini to-do lists. So create goals that, okay, these and these are what I want to achieve. Outline them from the most important to the least important. So if I want to watch a movie today, I want to read a book, I want to write a book. So what is the most important to me? So probably maybe writing the book is the most important. Then I have to write the book first, right? So I have to prioritize that one. And then maybe reading the book is the second most important, or reading a book, another book could be another book, is the second most important. So I put it next. And then watching a movie could be like the reward, right? It's not like I have to do it. It's not like I have to write a full paper on the movie that I watched, right? So watching the movie could be like a reward. So create goals, create mini to-do lists, and you could back them up with rewards like I just mentioned, or start from the most important to the least important. Then number 4 is to celebrate your little wins. Yes, there are times that, you said you were going to do all of this. You said you were going to follow the list from start to finish, or from most important to the least important, and you actually did that. What do? Congratulate yourself. Tell yourself that, oh girl, I am proud of you. Oh man, I am proud of you. You actually set out to do this today, and you eventually did it. So thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Always celebrate your little wins. It's very, very important that you give yourself a high five. Look yourself in the mirror and give yourself a thumbs up, give yourself a high five. Be proud of your work, be proud of your achievement, be proud of how far you've come, right? And then number 5 is to use affirmations. Now there is a specific way you should use affirmations. If you are constantly talking yourself down, negative self-talk when it comes to self-sabotaging, you're constantly telling yourself that you can't do it, constantly putting yourself down, right? Then you could use affirmations. But the way you use affirmation is different from what you probably already used to, right? So when you engage in negative self-talk, you are feeling those emotions, right? You tell yourself, oh, I'm not good enough, and you feel sad. You tell yourself, oh, I'm not beautiful, and you feel ugly. You always feel the emotion that is attached to all of the negative self-talks, and that is why they feel so powerful. Now with affirmations, you have to do the same. Don't just say, oh, your mind tells you, oh, you're not good enough, and then you say, I am good enough, and you're still feeling sad. No, that's not the affirmation you're supposed to be engaging in. So you practice affirmation with the equivalent emotion. So if you say you are happy, then you have to feel happiness. Even though you don't currently feel it, you have to try to generate the happiness from within. So you say you are happy, you have to generate the happiness from within and show it. Don't say, I'm happy. This doesn't show happiness. Don't say, I am happy. This demeanor doesn't show happiness. So you have to say you are happy, act that you are happy, right? You don't just use positive affirmations just for saying sake. You're not just saying something because you want to say it. You're saying it because you believe that it is true. And since you believe that it is true, you have to act the part. And by acting the part, you have to infuse the equivalent emotion to that positive statement you were saying. And that is exactly how affirmation works. Thank you so very much for watching this video to the end. I'm going to take it all over again. So I said, number one, if you're constantly self-sabotaging and you want to learn how to stop, these few tips would help. Number one, be aware. Become aware of your self-sabotaging tendencies. And then number two, practice self-love and self-care. And number three, create goals and mini to-do lists that could help you avoid procrastinating on the most important tasks. So start from the most important to the least important. And then number four, if you find out that okay, these goals that you set, you achieved them, you met some of those goals, celebrate your wins, celebrate those little wins, celebrate those little successes. And then number five, use affirmation infused with emotion. So don't just say the words and feel the emotion, right? All right, so we have now come to the end of this video. Thank you so very much for being here. Thank you so very much for watching and staying until the end. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up, that's give a like, and comment on this video. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know which of these tips are like take home for you. Let me know what you're going to start implementing. And if you have questions or you want to ask about this, about all of these things that we shared, and even about anything as it relates to the mind, please drop it in the comment section and I may probably do a video on it sometime later. Also, please subscribe to this video and share it with your friends or people that you care about, and even the ones that you don't even care about. My name is Juliet Israel, and it's a bye-bye for now. And most importantly, I hope you enjoy those tips. Bye. You like to learn to understand. Learn to understand. You like to learn and understand how to maximize the potentials. What the? Lahi waiting. Last week, no, not last week. When last week I did video doing that are self-sabotage exhibiting. I'm rushing, I think. How do you break free from the shackles of self-sabotaging? Shackles got my feet. All right. What is self-sabotaging? So when it comes to number one, because we tend to be the best advisors. Yeah, advisors or advisors. Celebrate your little wins. They're very, very important that you give yourself